What are you talking about?
Well, it's recording.
Laundry, so he's just using that.
Does that work though?
Sure.
Because like I may have to try that.
I'm not
There's
sure.
a couple of my
which
coworkers,
at the end of the day, I don't know which one's worse to smell. Like a human being will smell like Febreze. It's a tough call.
Well, what is that? That's the orange one.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's terrible. But
it looks like it smells good.
Thing, yeah.
It looks like it smells good.
Are we on?
Yeah,
we're on.
Because we haven't had the time to do laundry, so we're still doing this. Hawaiian aloha.
That's the Hawaiian one?
Yeah. Oh, that smells like Hawaii. I've never been to
Hawaii,
so
yeah.
I don't spray that my way.
If Hawaii smells like that, I never want to go.
Oh, it smells like shit, I guess.
You can't even go to Hawaii, it's so fucking far.
Let's get started, Swig.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Where we at?
Alright, so you started your year very scarily. You had acute pneumonia.
Yeah.
Did you get to hallucinate at least?
Pardon me?
Did you at least get to hallucinate? Did you get any?
No, unfortunately. That's I did enough hallucinating back in my early days as a rock and roller, so I was spared this time around. No,
Are you feeling better? You look okay.
That's good. Just okay, thanks.
Well, you could look better. No, I'm sorry.
All right.
Just teasing you. You look
after
fine.
28 gigs, yeah. Sure. but it's shit happens. It was like our guitar players broken a finger once, and we had to cancel gigs, and stuff happens. You can walk down the street and someone can drive you over. And
that's comforting. Thank you.
No, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna get ill one of these days.
Yeah, right. Well, you were sick, and then Gas hurt his hand. So, are we cursed? Is America cursed?
No, we are cursed as Spanish.
You're cursed.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
But maybe you're cursed here. You know what it is? I think it's because America's too into Jesus. I think that's what it is.
No, we're a-religious, so Jesus doesn't have anything to do with us. We're not against or for.
Well, just so you know, there's a Christian band called For Him. Did you know that?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So at least you have that.
Okay.
So this is the first time that the band has self-published, right?
Well, kind of. It's not self-published if you mean the album.
Yeah.
We did like what you call a licensing deal, which means that we spent our own weekly allowances on recording the album and producing it, and then made these licensing deals for different labels to put the actual album out. So it's like halfway being there. So we didn't quite do everything by ourselves, but nearly.
Well, do you find that to be like a daunting responsibility, or is it better to have more control than to have to sign?
We've always had control when it comes to music, so I don't think it's a problem, because the point, when you have having a good relationship with the record label, it means that you're trying to make an album that's better. Their thing is to sell it, but they can't be sure what's going to sell. So at the end of the day, as a band, we just have to concentrate on making it sound as good as possible to our ears, and then to the producers' ears, and to the ears of our friends, to whom we play all the unfinished mixes and ask whether this is
Has anybody ever told you it just sucked? Don't put that out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but,
did you put it out anyway?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I'm not mentioning the albums. It's
anyway.
not just one album or song. It's half the career.
Did you ever think an album sucked over there that you hated that they did? No? You like everything? Well, I know you're very anti-commercial. Well, that's true. You did pay him to say that. That's true. I know you're very anti-commercial. Do you think that artists get a little too caught up in making money versus making good art?
Oh, I'm not anti-commercial.
You're not anti-commercial?
What would I be? Well, I don't know.
You've always said you want it to be more about the art than money.
Well, it's about musicians. We're not businessmen, so I don't know how to sell a T-shirt, but I know how to write a song. So I think it's way better for me to concentrate on songwriting. Everybody should concentrate on their own thing. There's only a few exceptions to prove the rule, like let's say Gene Simmons, who's been able to, or Mick Jagger, who's able to kind of be in both worlds, the world of commerce and the world.
Yeah, but
and then again, if you think of modern hip hop, it's all about commerce.
That's true. And
so
to be fair,
very little art, I can't say that all would be like that, but it's based on different values.
Well, yeah, to be fair, Kiss put themselves out there with the sole intention of just going big and being commercial.
That's what they say now, but I'm sure that they will still need they just wanted to rock out, which means to sweat and to make an impression and to rub their egos. So I don't think it was just about the dollar. It's just so it might have changed along the way, and it doesn't really matter.
Why do you think that happens? Why does it change? To get tiring?
Well, I don't know. People have to be. I guess it's just a new hobby. People have to get interested in new things. collects vinyl. You know.
I collect vinyl.
That's what I mean. You gotta have hobbies.
So you think it becomes a hobby? Like, oh, I like to collect
money.
really expensive cars. I'm going to collect money now.
Well, yeah, sure. It's there's somebody who had like, what was like 60 different Rolexes. It's just like, if you have the means to do so, why not?
I can't really argue with that. That must be nice.
Basically, it's collecting quarters.
Quarters?
Do you collect anything?
In different states. I think each got nearly all of them.
So, oh, right, because at one point they were doing all the different states at different places.
That's it.
Do you collect anything?
Yeah, she collect them.
No, not really. I get into one thing at a moment, in one moment of time, and then I get fixated on that for a while. If I get fixated, let's say, Edgar Allan Poe, then I need to get everything by Edgar Allan Poe. Or then if I get excited by Dario Argento, the Italian horror movie director, then I need to get all that stuff, and then but kind of like move on pretty
and
fast.
Then you burn out on the one thing.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Which is, it's very unhealthy, but whatever.
Well, whatever. What isn't unhealthy these days?
Indeed.
So your videos kind of follow
Can't believe it's not butter. That's probably healthy.
Exactly. And you know what? God only knows what's working in there, seriously. I'd rather eat the damn butter. Okay, so your videos are sort of Ozzy-like. Is that by design, or is that an accident?
Music videos.
Yes.
Oh, we've done so many. We've done like 13 or 14 along the way. There's been, they're very, very different from each other. And at times the band does have a say, at times no. And video's tough because even if you would know the director, it's so hard to describe a video before it's actually done. With all the color correction / manipulation, if you use a green screen, all that stuff, lighting, editing especially, it's tough to say. It's like, as they say at least in England, they say it's like buying a pig in a poke.
Pig in a poke.
Yeah, so you don't know really what you're gonna get. So it's not being intentional in that sense.
What's your favorite part about doing a video? Which is the worst part about doing a video?
Well, I think we did a video for a song called "Gone with the Sin" back in the day, and that was fun because. And then we did one for the funeral plots. It's nice when you do something outside and you get to a place where you've never been before. We did Gone with the Sin, the countryside of England, and fairly close to London, if I remember. But walking through these old graveyards and stuff, it was just nice because you never get to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then in the funeral plots, we flew over to the Arctic Sea, to the border of Finland and Norway, and I was like rowing a boat there, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was like minus gazillion. So that's stuff you wouldn't do otherwise. So, the odd experiences.
And what's the worst part?
What's the worst part? Well,
11-hour days.
The fact that they're so expensive. At least they used to be.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a gamble. We've been kind of lucky, but it's still, with a video you can't please everybody, which is terrible because I remember we did a video for Rip Out the Wings of Butterfly, and the budget was around like nearly $500,000. That was still the time when people put a lot of money into videos.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money. It's like twice what we put into recording an album, which is 3.5 minutes of blanking. It's just it's odd, and then you don't. Well, in that case, people seem to enjoy it, and it fit the moment, and everything worked fine. But it's a bit daunting at times.
Well, you actually compared being in the studio once to running a kindergarten, which I can see where that would be the case. But why would you? What makes it like a kindergarten? Is it getting everybody organized?
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess that there is the perverse enjoyment of seeing people just being free, especially adults in our case. That we can be like kids in a candy store. Just experimenting and having a blast and having stupid insider jokes going on and forgetting about the everyday drab, grey, outside world type of thing. So that's being creative or creating whatever it might be. That's what it is in its essence, just forgetting this shit and just let your imagination run wild.
Absolutely. Yep.
One more question.
Okay. Regarding the Greatest Hits album, you've mentioned that the band didn't have a lot of say over
Which
what
one?
got on there
Because we have several.
2 decades I'm talking about.
Well, we did have a say, but but what if I have said that we didn't have a say, it means that we don't kind of have a choice, because if you want to make a best of, it means that it's going to be the singles, more or less. And then at the end of the day, it's still the age of CD, which means that it's like 77 minutes is the max. And we've done 8 albums now, so it's really tough to pick songs, because obviously the bands and then let's say the hardcore fanatic fans, they seem to enjoy the odder the B-side
sort
of stuff, and but you can't have like Sleepwalker Pass Over take half an hour, you know, on a compilation, and then at the same time, you know, at the same token, the you know, compilation is an introduction, so the more you can fit in, the merrier, I think. So it might change. I don't know what the iTunes rules are. If you're making a hits compilation, if you can put like 100 songs on a compilation and sell it for $10, that'd be great.
Well, you managed to get Strange World on there, so that was the band having some control, right?
Yeah, but we had control on everything and all the edits, and I did all the sequencing and the artwork, and well, I didn't do the photography, but the whole conceptual stuff, and so we're always very involved, because especially with compilations, usually they're really cheap, and we try to avoid it if it's possible, you know, to include something that hasn't been released before or is tough to get. So that's the reason for the XX, the 2 decades and whatnot.
And normally you would handle all the photography?
Well, I've done bits myself, but I'm shit at it, so we just, it's depending on the concept. But so anyway, I think it's important just to, yeah, we use a lot of radio edits that haven't been available in Europe. That's been like just for radio only in America and stuff like that, and then a couple of mixes that haven't been available before. So that was the way of making it a bit different. And not excluding songs like Ville Valo or Join Me in Death or whatever, which we can kind of exclude, even if we wanted to. Which
is there like ever a song that the fans really want to hear that you get tired of playing?
That we would get tired of playing? No, it depends on the audience reaction. I think, you know, it's I think there's always a new spice each and every night. You know, depending how the location looks and how the audience looks and how it sounds, and I think that all affects the overall vibe. So the song in itself keeps on changing as well. It kind of like sheds the skin every now and then. You know, internal organs and the skeletal structure is the same, but the rest keeps on changing.
So they tell us. So how about that discount from your dad's store?
Oh, yeah. Well,
got a coupon for me?
Yeah, just go in there and mention my name. You should do fine.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
No worries. Pleasure. Right, let's